6 months ago, Maya Chen was sentenced for identity theft so twisted, it nearly erased me. She insisted I was my dead twin, Erin, and she clung to that delusion like oxygen. Her fake pregnancy, her rage, her scissors. I thought grief broke her, but she broke me first. Now she's locked away, and I'm still clawing back pieces of who I was before she tried to rebuild him through me. Subscribe so you don't miss what's next. After Erin's funeral, Maya clung to me like I was her only anchor. She brought his hoodie, begged me to wear it. Said it still smelled like him. We cried watching old videos, remembering his laugh. At first, it felt comforting to people lost in the same grief. Then she slipped, called me babe, just like she had with him. I froze as she laughed, brushing it off, but something in her eyes didn't match the joke. Weeks passed. Maya started leaving little notes in Erin's handwriting on my mirror, in my lung box. You're doing great, babe, they said. She claimed they were just comforting memories, things he might have said, but they were dated after his death. I asked her why. She said, he'd speaking through you now. I laughed nervously, but her eyes weren't joking. One night she kissed me. It's what he wouldn't have wanted, she whispered. I didn't sleep that night. Maya started cooking only Erin's favorite meals, things I hated. She corrected how I walked. How I laughed. Erin never slouched like that, she'd mutter. I found my own clothes hidden, replaced with his old flannel. She'd cry if I didn't wear it. I couldn't breathe. Jake noticed the change, pulled me aside. You okay? I wasn't, but I nodded. I didn't even know who I was pretending to be anymore. I found Maya in my room, sobbing over Erin's hoodie. She whispered, he's here, I feel him. She held my hand like it was his. When I pulled away, she screamed, said I was rejecting Erin's spirit. Jake suggested she see someone. She refused. Therapists don't understand soul bonds. She snapped. That night, my social media changed. Photos of us, captioned reunited. I hadn't posted them. I hadn't agreed to anything. Sarah, my public defender, called someone submitted medical records claiming you checked into psychiatric care last year. Did you? I hadn't. Maya had. Under Erin's name, my name. It was a red herring. A setup. Sarah flagged it. She's building a case. You're unstable, she warned. That night, I found my toothbrush labeled Erin. My own identity was being overwritten. Even my emails were starting to address me by the wrong name. Detective Rodriguez reviewed Maya's timeline. She claimed she was with you the night of Erin's death. I wasn't. She fabricated photos me asleep. Timestamped it wrong. Red herring or framing. Rodriguez stayed cautious, too tidy. Maya started calling my workplace. Claimed I was suicidal. Her flagged me. I tried to fight it, but she was always 2 steps ahead. My face, my name, my history rewritten. I was disappearing and Maya was writing the script. I returned home to find candles lit, a cake ready. Welcome home, Erin. Maya wore a white dress, beaming. We're together again, she whispered. I backed away, heart racing. She lunged, kissed me hard. I shoved her off. She screamed, stumbled into the table. You're hurting him again, she shrieked. I dialed 911, but she beat me to it, crying hysterically. Claiming I'd attacked her. When officers arrived, I was the one in cuffs. In the holding cell, Sarah visited. There's no sign of struggle, she said. But they're holding you for psychiatric evil. Maya had convinced them I was unstable. You need proof, Sarah urged. Marcus called that night. She did this to my roommate too, he said. A different name, same tactics. It wasn't about me. It was Maya's pattern. She chose replacements. I wasn't the first she's tried to resurrect. Maybe Erin wasn't either. Released under supervision. I went to Mrs. Patterson's house, our elderly neighbor. She used to visit Erin late, she said, pulling out old surveillance footage. One video showed Maya slipping something into Erin's tea. He looked scared, she whispered. I brought it to Detective Rodriguez. Enough for a deeper look, she nodded. I felt the floor shift. Maya hadn't just mourned Erin, she may have driven him to his end. And I was next. Rodriguez secured a warrant. They found Erin's journal, buried in his closet. She scares me, he'd written. I can't breathe when she's near. He'd recorded fights, audio files full of pleading, crying. In one he shouted, I'm not him. Rodriguez turned to me. We're building a case, but Maya wasn't done. She posted a video sobbing, claiming I was threatening her again. The internet exploded and my life unraveled. Again, and I still wasn't believed. The video went viral, comments flooded in monster, abuser, fake twin. I lost my job, friends ghosted me. But Sarah wasn't done. She dug into Maya's college history. Another name surfaced, Lily Chen, Maya's sister, dead by suicide at 19. Marcus confirmed Maya once claimed a roommate was Lily reborn. The pattern was clear. It wasn't grief. It was obsession, reincarnation, replacement, control. Maya didn't warn. She remade, and Erin and I were just blueprints. I met Marcus in secret. He handed over therapy notes, his roommate's journal. Same phrases Maya used on me. You're her now, she lives in you. Identical manipulation. One entry read, I don't know who I am anymore. Chilling. Sarah showed the patterns to Rodriguez. Combined with Erin's footage, it built a psychological profile. She's a serial identity eraser. Sarah said, Maya wasn't grieving. She was creating hosts. I wanted the first and she wasn't done. Rodriguez confronted Maya with the footage as she laughed. Erin came back. You just couldn't accept it. But her phone told another story, draft messages to multiple men. Each labeled with different names, Lily, Erin, Kyle. Some still replied she'd been grooming others too. We weren't special, we were inventory. Maya was building a world where her dead loved ones lived again through us. She's a delusional manipulator, Rodriguez whispered. But delusion with strategy, that's danger. Jake visited. She messaged me last night, he said, shaken. Said Erin wanted me to take your place now. My blood froze. She wasn't done. Just shifting targets. I forwarded the text to Sarah. It proved intent. Maya didn't just believe in reincarnation. She orchestrated it. Sarah filed for a protective order for Jake, but Maya vanished, her apartment empty. Only a mirror remained, Erin's initials carved into the frame, and beneath it Jake's name, newly etched. With Maya missing, Rodriguez launched a manhunt. Meanwhile, Sarah advised I wear a wire. She'll contact you again, she predicted. Days later, Maya called. Erin, she said sweetly. You left your body behind, come home. We arranged a meeting. Sarah prepped surveillance. I waited in a park, wired, heart pounding. Maya arrived in white again, holding a baby doll. He's ours, she said. I swallowed bile. She'd gone further than I imagined. And she wasn't alone. Hidden agents closed in. Maya rocked the doll, whispering, he needs both his parents. Her eyes glowed with conviction. We'll start over, Erin. No more interruptions. I kept the wire visible. It's over. I said. She blinked, then lunged. Officers tackled her. The doll fell, its head cracking open inside a flash drive. Police recovered it, files, names, photos, potential victims. She's documented everything, every attempt, every plan. Maya wasn't mourning, she was masterminding resurrection by proxy. The footage stunned the court. Multiple men testified, gaslit, renamed, remade. Maya pled not guilty by reason of insanity, but Sarah pushed for accountability. Patterned, deliberate deception, she argued. The judge ordered psychiatric evaluation. Maya smiled through it all. In sentencing, the judge said, this was not mourning, this was control. Maya received 25 years in psychiatric confinement. Jake got therapy. Marcus cut ties with the past, and me. I finally got to say goodbye. I stood outside the facility where Maya was held. Rodriguez warned. She requested no contact. I hadn't come to visit. I came to reclaim my name. I changed my my records, every trace of Aaron she'd etched into my life. My new apartment had no mirrors, just photos of Aaron, the real Aaron. I wore his watch, not for her, for me. He'd been my brother, not her project, and I refused to be her ghost. Weeks later, Jake texted. She wrote me a letter, unsent, confiscated inside. A drawing of a family, Jake, her, the baby, labeled future. Sarah reviewed it. She's still active inside but unbroken. The institution increased supervision. I started therapy. You weren't a victim. My therapist said. You were targeted. That mattered. I wasn't weak. I was chosen for resemblance, for grief, but I survived. Aaron didn't, and that truth burns brighter than any of her delusions ever did. Marcus found an old voicemail Aaron never sent. She says I'm hers, Aaron whispered. But I feel erased. His voice cracked. If I disappear, don't believe it was peace. We played it in court. The silence after hit harder than any scream. It wasn't just evidence, it was Aaron's final plea, and it rewrote everything. Maya hadn't just mimicked grief, she manufactured legacy. My brother didn't die quietly. He cried out, and now the world heard him. The press picked up Aaron's voicemail. Headlines read, the twin who warned us. Survivors from other cities came forward. Same names. Maya had been moving for years. It wasn't a local crime, it was national. Sarah contacted the BIF. Rodriguez handed over files. She's bigger than us now. I stared at the map, dots marking victims, each one a shadow of someone gone, and each manipulated into becoming someone they never were until now. A podcast aired our story within days. Dozens emailed Sarah. Some shared identical phrases Maya had used. He's not dead, he lives through you. One man, in Iowa, had legally changed his name under pressure. Another wore jewelry he's never bought. Patterns echoed. Maya's reach wasn't just deep, it was methodical. I listened to each story, not to relive pain, but to connect threads. She wasn't alone anymore. Neither were we. Victims, yes, but louder together. Sarah organized a closed hearing with victims. We shared stories, timelines. One man sobbed, describing how Maya erased his girlfriend, replacing her with Maya's dead friend. The psychological damage ran deep, but healing began with recognition. For the first time, we weren't questions, we were answers. Jake testified too. She didn't love Aaron, he said. She loved control. Maya sat, silent, but her eyes roamed, always scanning. Always searching, even caged. She was calculating her next host. In her cell, Maya painted. The staff noticed patterns, portraits of men, always with the same eyes. Aaron's mine, Jake's the band paint. She carved into her mattress instead. Her obsession didn't die. It morphed. The BI declared her a high-risk manipulator. Rodriguez warned, she's studying us now. I doubled security, changed numbers, moved cities, but the fear wasn't of her escape, it was of her influence. Maya didn't need to be free to find followers. A forum surfaced, anonymous eerie, hosts quoting Maya's phrases, they're never truly gone if you believe hard enough. One user called himself Aaron Reborn, another Lily Lives. We traced it spread across 3 states. Rodriguez flagged it. She's inspiring a movement. She said, like a cult of grief. Sarah pushed for Maya's complete isolation. No mail, no contact. The court agreed. Still, her ideas had leaked like spores. What Maya started wasn't just manipulation, it was belief weaponized. The forum vanished, then resurfaced under new names. Quotes evolved, let them live again through you. It wasn't just about Maya now, others were adopting her method. Sarah warned media to tread lightly. This isn't just a crime, she said. It's myth-making. I launched a nonprofit, Voices Returned, offering help to survivors of psychological identity coercion. My story ended, but for others it's starting. Maya wanted Aaron to live again. In fighting her, I gave him voice. I sat in a quiet cafe, Aaron's watch ticking on my wrist. For the first time in months, I drank coffee without checking shadows. I was healing. Slowly, Maya hadn't taken everything. She hadn't erased me. Therapy taught me to reclaim the moments, who I kissed, what I wore, how I laughed. Mine, not Aaron's, mine, not hers. And in every tick of that watch, I heard not the past but the choice to live forward. Jake and I hiked the trail Aaron once loved. At the summit, I left a photo, the 3 of us smiling. He'd hate this drama. Jake chuckled. We laughed. It wasn't haunted laughter, it was real. I remembered Aaron's jokes, his pranks, not his ending. Maya didn't own that memory. We did. That day, I promised myself, never again will I let someone narrate my life, especially not through someone else's ghost. I was Alex finally, at a support group. I met someone new, quiet, kind, haunted. He'd been through something similar. She called me someone else's name. He said, I didn't flinch, I listened. And when he asked how I got through it, I didn't mention courtrooms or wiretaps. I said, I stopped asking who I was to them, and started being who I remembered. Aaron didn't need resurrection. He needed remembrance, and I needed to finally live. On my terms, Maya remained in isolation, denied parole. Her name faded from headlines, but not from warning posters. Aware narrative grooming, they read. I helped write them. Jake testified at a mental health panel. Rodriguez taught seminars on psychological impersonation. Our pain became policy. Sarah published our case. And Aaron? He was honored not as a victim, but as a voice. Maya had tried to rewrite our stories. We made sure hers ended differently with truth. The nonprofit grew. Survivors found each other. We shared names. Stories, mirrors we'd smashed, tattoos we'd covered. Healing wasn't linear, but it was loud. Public schools added curriculum on identity coercion. My TED Talk aired the day I stopped being my brother. Standing ovation. That applause wasn't for survival. It was for reclaiming voice. For turning narrative theft into community power. Maya stole identities. We created one together. Stronger, louder, unmistakably ours. Every year on Aaron's birthday, I visit the lake he loved. I skip stones 3 skips for 3 parts of him, the brother I knew. The one Maya tried to make me, and the truth that lived between. I don't cry anymore. I speak out loud to him, to myself, to others. I lived, you mattered, and each echo that follows, it's not Aaron, it's me. Not haunted, not hollow, just whole finally. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe to check out more stories on my channel.